What is going?
Welcome to Sideways Path.
What is going on, guys? We have my Porsche Cayman S here. It's a 2006 or 2007. I don't really know. 987 Cayman S. I have my carbon Kevlar brides that I won in a raffle. Pretty dope. Shouts out Jacob. Other than that, it's all stock. Some body damage up here and a salvage title because of that. I also just got a fucking message on Tinder. What's good? And Corey here is working on pulling out the engine that I broke, which is this. Since it's a Cayman S, this is a 3.4 liter flat six. This is after they have the IMS bearing failure, but I definitely broke something because of what I'm about to show you.
Well, we bought it broken though.
We bought it broken-ish and then I broke it more because I'm good at that. Listen, I had a girl in my car, a hot blonde bitch, and the road was wet and I drifted it. And I was banging limiter and then it died. Worth it. In place of this, we're putting a fucking LS engine because that's what I do. Now let's go up, Corey. And we got Kyle.
And the town idiot.
And the idiot. And a Miata cart, sort of. Alright, let's see what I did. Corey seems to think I did something bad, but I don't believe him. I think I'm a good noodle.
Let's find out. Is there metal? Is there...
This girl just told me she's bopping.
Okay.
Wow. Oop. That's not supposed to be...
That is an oil drain. Oil drain. Oh, there's the oil.
There it is. And I found your oil.
There she
Boxer
is.
engine did a boxer thing.
Also, taking off the cats were soaked in coolant.
Oh yeah, we sold the cats to a scrapper guy and they were full of coolant.
Yes.
Well,
But at least we found the oil. The oil looks surprisingly clean.
thanks, Exxon.
It's really clean.
The oil is surprisingly clean and I didn't see any chunks. So I must not have done too good. So we're gonna have to get this thing running so I can blow it up again. So, just kidding.
I can put the plug back in now that there's no water.
Hey, yeah, there you go. No, don't do that.
Wait, what was that?
What was what?
This wasn't in here.
It was probably in there. I didn't see it come out of the car. So
If that came out of there,
No, that wasn't there.
really
That's
impressed.
from a transfer pump.
So here we have a 987S trans, which is made by GetRag, as it says right there. I don't know if you can see that, but I can. Over here, we have a 986. 986, so this is the previous generation. This is a Boxster S transmission. And this is, I don't know who this is made by. Let's see. This is called a G8620. G8620, it means it's the strong 6-speed. So this one will hold up to the power that I'm going to be throwing at it. And right there, this one is also made by GetRag. So go GetRag.
Alrighty guys, well, here we are. Getting started on dropping this engine out. I've pretty much drained all the fluids. I have to figure out where the power steering is. I've pulled a Boxster engine before. This is pretty similar. There are some things on this that are a little bit different. There's a lot of plastic on these engines, which I'm not a huge fan of. Pretty much all the connections up there are all plastic, and they're kind of dried out and they didn't age too well, even only after about 14 years, I think. The next step I'm going to be doing is unbolting these CV axles. They should just unbolt from right there. I need to basically remove all of this bracing, these sway bar end links. This is the rear subframe right here. I may drop it with the whole subframe, I may not. If I don't, I need to separate the transmission from the engine so I can get around this piece right here. Dropping the whole thing would involve, you know, brake lines, all that stuff. I think it might just be easier to unbolt the trans and take that out, but we will see. Stay tuned. Alright guys, so I got most of the stuff on the bottom done. The under trays and all that are all off. I had to remove this sway bar from the suspension. On these cars, in case your battery ever dies and for some reason the jump box wasn't working on the fuse box inside. Right in here behind the fender, kind of behind the headlight in the back, you'll find a cable to pull. And then when you open the hood, you might find a mat.
What up?
The reason I had to get the hood open is because, as you know, mat is not the engine. and I had to come over here and hook up and drain the AC system before I pull the lines off. Also, look at all the ash in here. This is from the fires in Colorado.
Yeah.
This is all ash. Crazy. Whole fucking car's covered in it.
I'm thinking I'm doing a AM Infinity 7, I think is what it's called, which is, it has the CAN protocol for the 997, which is the 911 version of this car, whereas this is the Cayman 987. So the CAN protocol should still be the same, and then I just need to wire that ECU to the LS swap, similar to how I did the K series in my RX-8. So that's the plan.
Gang. Alrighty, ate my little snack. Still working on this. So I got the transmission lines pulled off of here. They come from up there. You can't really see them very well. Basically, you just gotta pry that guy off right there. It's just a white like clip. It just goes on top, and then there's 2 pins. You go like this and squeeze in on the side. We got the CV axles unbolted. I'm about to air hammer them out of the wheel bearing and knuckles. I don't know if I necessarily have to fully remove these, but from what I'm seeing, it's going to make my life a lot easier to take the extra 5 minutes to get something out of the way instead of having it cause a 30-minute headache later, which I generally prefer to find something that might be an issue, and if it might be an issue, I'm going to get rid of it. Next part coming off, I'm going to drop this piece of shit and then finish up the wiring. I gotta disconnect the AC lines over there now that that's all drained, and the power steering, and search for any little grounds, anything like that, any silly things that are connected. And then I can drop the front motor mount, get that balanced on a jack, get it down on the ground. I'm gonna probably put the trans jack just under the whole front of the engine with probably a jack or something right here on the rear just to keep it nice and balanced. I don't know where it went, but if Matt has his engine stand, I might be able to steal it from him, and it might work on this. That would be really cool. I don't know if it'll work, but hey, it's worth a shot, right?
Now we got the exhaust dropped. Axles are out. Corey he's getting the O2 sensors out of the way. Then next we're gonna be pulling this cross member, which is not attached to anything. It's just used for this cable, which is used to not let you get murdered by an engine.
It's an anti-yeet cable. It keeps the engine from yeeting into the back of you and killing you in case of an accident.
All the coolant is done. We already cut the catalytic converters off before and sold those to a scrapper. I got dripped on.
Yeah, there's random things a little dripping around here.
All the coolant AC is off.
All the wiring up here, you can see it up in here.
Oh, yeah.
It's all pulled out from the ECU, all wrapped around the engine.
Yep, there you go.
I like to wrap everything up out of the way and make sure everything's zip tied, because that way you can walk around it with a light, and if you don't see anything attached, you're good to drop it.
So what we're going to do is drop these 3 bolts, so this one, and this one from both sides, which is the transmission mount. And then the motor mount is up here. Let's see.
Why is there a shopping
cart
wheel
right there?
The
2 on each side.
It looks like a fucking shopping cart wheel. It looks like a shopping cart wheel.
Yeah, it does. I don't know, man. Porsche things.
Yeah, it's fucking weird.
Not my problem.
Is that going to come in contact with that, though?
No, it should be fine.
Swing out of the way. Slave cylinders off.
So, almost there.
So, I took the alternator and starter. Took the alternator and starter power wire off the top right there. Intake's all disconnected. Everything from both sides is disconnected. I have the full cross member out that was there in the middle a second ago. I've just got 2 bolts hanging on the rear, and then I've got 2 bolts hanging on the front. Everything's already loose. I am just waiting for that guy to get done with the alignment, maybe one day, and then I can drop it out.
I am squatting in the trunk, and the motor is dropping down. We had a little hang up somewhere up front, but just a little pry bar got us out of the way, and
the motor mount got tweaked on it is what happened.
Oh, okay.
So it was just like pushing itself against the stud.
No biggie. We're dropping her out now.
Good?
Yep, clear. Yep,
Good.
Clear.
Look clear?
Yep, clear so far. Yep, all good.
Oh, fucking look at that, my dude. First try.
Woo!
Not even a single fuck up on it.
LFG.
Not even a single thing fucking.
Now we just put a LS here.
Yeah, now,
Simple, right?
yeah.
I'm vibing right now.
I'm simping.
Corey's simping over some rando.
Not a rando.
She a rando.
Whoa.
They all rando. The fuck you mean? That's not randomness at all, but either way, I'm vibing. Oh my god.
I just want Matt to tell me that he's proud, but he never does.
Good Corey.
You have really big dreams, Corey.
I know. I just need to get him drunk, and then he'll say nice things.
No, when he's drunk, he tells us he loves us. He's never said
I'll
he's
take
proud
that
of
too,
us.
man.
I'm still not proud of you guys even when I'm drunk. It's gonna take a lot more
You're
than
just
that.
like my father.
Now we got the engine out, so I can sort of start to plan where I'm going to be making the cross member and all that stuff, all the mounts. What I've typically seen people do is actually mount from these boys across to there for the motor mount, and then transmount in the factory location, you know, there-ish. And then I think they just totally leave out the front motor mounts when doing the LS in these. Also gonna have to do clearancing on the firewall to be able to move it forward, and that is to get proper axle angle because we're dealing with a little bit more depth than we have here. You do lose a little bit of interior space. So, you know, there's a big ass pad here. I think we moved the firewall to about there. So 3 inches or so, I think is what somebody was just telling me. Get rid of all this stupid ass Dynamat because it's a fucking race car. So yeah, we got a lot of room to work with really besides the front to back. Oh, and also removing or relocating the e-brake cable bracket right there. That just gets moved forward as well. No big deal. Again, just some metal fabrication, which I know a guy. Probably end up cutting a lot of this to do some sort of rear diffuser because those are always cool. Center exhaust, you got to run the center exhaust because those are the coolest. Coolant lines there going to the front. Not sure what we're going to do with that, but we saved the factory parts in case we have to reuse those. Heater hoses because we're definitely going to have heat in here. We may even have AC, which is pretty incredible for me. But people do it, so why don't I?
Got the engine out of the car last night. Got it all pressure washed and cleaned up because nobody likes working on a dirty engine. Actually cleaned up pretty nice, to be honest. So I'm gonna start tearing this down. Matt wants me to take it down to a completely bare block, no rods, no pistons, everything apart. So I've never disassembled one of these, so it's gonna be fun. I get to see how it works, which I enjoy. Probably one of my favorite things about powered out cars and things like that is I get to figure out the engineering of it, how everything functions, and get a better understanding for the vehicle, so if I ever have to work on one in the future, I know what to do. And I just wanted to show you a couple things on a Porsche. There's the rest of the trans bolts sitting on the table. All of them are normal, they're just 16mm bolt, but in typical German car engineering style, they love to throw a loop in. You have this M10, what is that, T20, I think Torx or something. But anyways, whatever that is right there, I kind of hold it in light, you can see it. They have this one bolt, which is the only one that is different. And it is down there on the transmission in this tiny little space. I had to cut one of our tools to make it fit. Got that off, so we're gonna pull the transmission off. See how bad Matt messed up the clutch when he decided to go drifting with some people in a broken Porsche Cayman S. Great drift car though. All right guys, got the clutch out. I'm gonna go bring this to Matt because I have some questions for him. Excuse me, sir.
What up?
I have some questions for you.
Yeah.
Why is the clutch this burnt, Matt?
I got a simple answer for that. That's because I was drifting.
You toasted her pretty good.
That's not bad. All right, so Corey is tearing down the engine right now. He's seeing the damage that I did, and
You can show him that side.
I did pretty good. Ooh, almost got attacked. Right there is a crack in that cylinder. This piston is very rotated from the other two, and it's also at the same height as this one, which it probably should not be. And now Corey's gonna pull off this side, which he believes is worse.
Well, I'm thinking that because look at this valve. They don't look straight.
Piston S for just a nibble.
I am a Porsche expert now, by the way.
What do we got?
Let's see what we did. So we got no contact. This head's good. Very dirty.
Yeah.
The block is definitely no good.
Yeah. Yeah, you can see how that piston, the middle piston, is sitting all the way out, essentially, almost. And it matches here. That one matches that one, the rear.
Yeah, some nice deep scoring in there.
Yeah, that one is in, and this one is out, which means that I probably broke a rod over here or something. I did good.
He did a big fucky wucky.
Any cracks over here though? Because that cylinder over there was cracked.
Yeah, I didn't see any cracks over there, but who knows.
Matt was just showing you his fucky wuckies on the engine. And if anybody was curious, this is all that is in a Porsche Cayman engine. We got the clutch out. Stop banging on shit! So we got these weird bucket trays. These are quite interesting. These ones all kind of fell out. I've never taken one of these apart before, so I didn't know that they would just kind of fall out the back or fall out the front, but they all fell out, so those are just in a pile. But this side was pretty fucked anyways. These ones, I actually numbered them all, because that head was actually perfectly fine. A little dirty, but still usable. So I got all those numbered and done. Got all the tensioners, the cams out, water pump, the oil pump, which is very satisfying. You can pull these little gears out too. It's pretty neat. Valve covers, coil pack, starter. There's all the accessories right there. Got the wiring harness off, motor mounts, intake, and that's pretty much everything to take apart a Cayman S engine.
And don't forget, we have a bunch of stickers for sale on the website. Bunch of new releases. And these guys right here in a couple different colors. Grim Reaper, the cute little raccoon. Love that one. All kinds of them. Check them out on the website. If you support me and you like what I do and you bought a sticker, that'd make me really happy. And it can help me keep doing what I'm doing so I can keep making content for you guys. And that is all for this video on the Cayman LS swap. Waiting on getting the motor. I should be getting that sometime next week. Waiting on the adapter plate, which is unknown. That's kind of made to order. But then once I get those pieces, I got the transmission already, and we can toss up in the car and see what kind of cutting we're gonna have to do, and then go from there. So, thanks for watching. So this guy just tried stealing this jack out of my dumpster. Realized it didn't work because it's in my dumpster. So he's putting it back in my dumpster. It's a very heavy Harbor Freight low profile jack. If you have one, you know how heavy it is. And he lifted it up. Me and Dom actually both had to load this into the dumpster just because it was that heavy. And then he's struggling. And World Star. And smoked.
Can I give Rado a small piece of my beef?
He is in pain.
Yeah, he is. But he's a boy. Who's the best boy?
And he's out. Now he got up. He's checking his teeth. He's a little wobbly. He's not having a good time. He's pretty angry. I would be too. And then he picks up a jack stand and throws it through the window.
Today's episode of America's Funniest Home Videos.
There he is. And there is his Tahoe or Suburban, no front license plate, dark bluish green color.